I am so curious now. Our actual take, you're right, I looked it up, and it is 10 p.m., and our actual takeoff time was 9:51.
Ooh.
So that was cutting it close. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Disney Morning Show, where we discuss John Wayne Airport curfews and everything going on in the world of Disney. My name is Juby Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. It's nice to be back after, what was this reason I was gone? I don't know. It's nice to be back. I missed one day, right? Oh, yeah. Because of this flight we're talking about. And this is our executive editorial director, Kyle. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing pretty well.
Looks like the hair is growing out a bit.
Yeah, hair's growing out a bit. I got a new. We showed it off on Barely Necessities, but if you look in the back, you can see a new Bucky, Uncle Sam Bucky back there.
Oh,
so that's exciting.
Very nice. That's exciting. Yeah, Kyle does everything. Fills in for Barely Necessities, does the morning show, even when I'm not here. He's our man. Hello, Fred Ramirez. Aloha to you. Chio, how you doing? Please do listen to Nikki B. Hit the thumbs up, and happy Banana Day. We'll start that in just a moment. And hello, JPP and Caleb. All right, let's get started. Do not transition while the bumper plays. Here is a look at the Disney stock price, which apparently was $112.43 yesterday. Thank you, Luke, for filling in. Today it is $111.73. Can't read. Down a little bit, nothing too major. But any reason why, Kyle?
I haven't checked the news today. I've been living in the banana world.
I think the Lilo and Stitch bump was a little too bumpy, and now it's just a correction.
I don't think it was a Lilo and Stitch bump or a Lily and Stitch bump, as Sophie told me. No, I think it was more just tariff on and off again stuff.
Just the way it goes. Okay, let's move on. Aloha, Ethan.
Hello there, and welcome to another edition of the LP Disney Weather Report. She's got a smile that, it seems to me, reminds me of childhood memories, where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place, and if I stared too long, I'd probably break down and cry. Whoa, oh no, sweet child o' mine. Whoa, oh no, sweet love of mine. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will be mostly cloudy today and will top out at 72 degrees. Walt Disney World will again be 90 degrees on paper but feel like nearly 100 thanks to humidity. Isolated to scattered thunderstorms are also possible in the evening. Castaway Cay will be a bit overcast today and feel like 83 degrees. Meanwhile, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will be mostly sunny with a heat index of 91. Disneyland Paris is right around 70 right now with partly cloudy skies, but will quickly fall to the 60s and then into the 50s after dark. Tokyo will be overcast tomorrow and warm to 74 in the afternoon. Shanghai is in for a sunshine day tomorrow and will break 80 degrees. Finally, Hong Kong will see showers and thunderstorms for much of the day tomorrow. Moreover, the 81-degree high will feel like 88. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
I hope Nikki B sang along better than Ethan, because Ethan, I'll give him this, he's accurate with the lyrics.
Yeah, right, well, as far as we know.
That's true. Okay, first story today, we're going to talk about something going on right now. We hope you're following along. The Savannah Bananas are in Disneyland today, celebrating, what is it officially called? Banana Day? Savannah Day?
Savannah Bananas Day, Banana Ball Day, and all the days.
All the day. Oh, no. So Rebecca is in the park, who is the biggest Savannah Banana fan I know, and she is frankly stalking them. So yeah, it's not a media event. She's just following them all around. They're easy to spot. That yellow is quite bright. That's not me in the bottom right. And so you can follow along with her all day. They have a cavalcade coming up later. I'm sure she'll be trying some of the yummy food. So yeah, follow along the Savannah Banana Day as Disney's relationship with the Savannah Bananas gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and will undoubtedly resulting in Disney owning the Savannah Bananas somewhere down the line. That is pure speculation by Doobie.
Well, over at Walt Disney World, we got some news last night as they finally revealed a debut date for Disney Starlight, Dream the Night Away, the new nighttime parade coming. It's arriving on July 20th. We also got the
it's my wife's birthday.
There you go. They did it just for her. This is the last, the finale float with Goofy driving the train, which I'm surprised they still trust him to do after all the problems he's had doing this, as well as some other fab favorites. These are some of the other parades or the floats that they've announced. So yeah, July 20th, that'll be there. This is the costumes that they'll be wearing. Mickey kind of looks like a wizard, not like a sorcerer's apprentice, but like some sort of wizard. It's very interesting. I mean, these are kind of classic colors we've seen before. I feel like, especially for like the 50th and things like that.
For sure. Got some merchandise.
Yeah, I got some merchandise as well. A very basic Disney Starlight shirt. And that same design is featured on a pin and some other items. But the highlight here, and Doobie, actually, if you can go to the article itself, you could see there's a video embedded of those ears that actually glow.
Ooh, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. And then there's also the glow sticks that you saw there. And from what we've heard, those will glow with the show. They'll sync up with the parade.
We've heard this before.
Yeah, exactly. But with all that good news, there is one piece of bad news if you're an annual pass holder, because starting July 20th for an unspecified period of time that they describe as the initial premiere period, you will not be able to park hop over to Magic Kingdom without a reservation. You'll need to have a reservation for Magic Kingdom. This unless it's a good to go day, but I don't think they're going to put any good to go days during the thing. But
and just annual pass holders.
Just annual pass holders, because normally you can hop after 2:00 to Magic Kingdom unless it's a weekend, but you're going to have a reservation for Magic Kingdom now because they know everyone's going to want to head over there to see this new parade.
That's a big deal. Have they made a general, I know they have the right and who knows what they've done on any particular day, but has there ever been a general limitation on park hopping like this?
I mean, except for when they completely disallowed it for a while, but
Sure,
yeah, I think
sure.
so. No, I don't remember hearing anything like this. I'm a little surprised by it, but I mean, it makes sense operationally. It's just a thing I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a big. I'm surprised I have not seen post after post about this in my normal social media perusing, because this seems like a pretty big deal. That would have annual pass holders.
And they put it on the annual pass holder perks page.
and annual pass holders are the loudest people in the world. So I'm just surprised this has not bombarded me this morning. Yes. All right. Back over at the Disneyland Resort Storyland Boutique, which I checked out when I was down there because that's where they put Duffy and his friends with a little display and selling a few items. But it has now been redone to feature retro Disneyland stuff. So as guests walk into the store, they're greeted by flags depicting each of Disneyland's original 5 lines and 5 lands. Sorry. And I think the coolest thing here, it's just the whole thing is very cool, but one of the coolest things is the way they have this Storyland sign up there with the retro decor. It's really cool. Love that they're using this store for stuff like that.
Yeah, when I sent Mike to go get these photos, I expected it to just be the same 70s stuff that's everywhere, and I was like, just tweet it. We're not going to do an article. And then he sends, I'm like, okay, that's way more substantial.
Yeah, good move. And then speaking of changing existing locations to promote something, that's too much. Merchant of Venus, which isn't even a store. I couldn't even say changing a store because this isn't a store anymore. It's now a seating location. But it has been transformed into an Elio promotion. So this is Pixar's next feature coming out June 20th outside. They have a standee. I don't think the wheelchair is normally a part of it. And then inside, they have more standee as well as video screens telling you about the characters of Elio. Am I pronouncing that right?
I think so.
All right.
I want to say Elio, like Emilio Estevez, but I think it's Elio.
And they do have a place for sticker pads where you can make Mad Lib kind of things, which seems kind of fun. And then you can even get that stamped at this cool machine. Wait a second. That is like literally a strainer up there and a colander. So I guess that tells me something about this movie. So, yeah, pretty cool. I love that they're doing stuff like that for the movies. So pretty awesome.
Well, we don't normally talk a lot about comic book news on this show, but I thought this was pretty interesting. Marvel and DC will be debuting. This is their first comic book crossover in 22 years. Deadpool and Batman. This will start off with a Marvel comic released September 17th with Deadpool and Batman. #1 is what it's called. That story will focus on Deadpool being hired for a job in Gotham City, which will put him in conflict with Batman. Then in November, DC will release Batman Deadpool #1, and I guess there are also teased some other future team ups between Marvel and DC. One of them will be in 2026. They haven't said which characters that will be yet, but this is far from the first time they've done this. Back in the 70s, they had Superman and Spider-Man, and then we've had other ones over the years. But pretty cool if they're bringing this back, and Deadpool and Batman together at last.
I didn't know that was a thing for the
Yeah.
two big guys to team up like that. Why can't they do that in the movies? I want to see Deadpool and Batman on the big screen.
Yeah, I don't think the small Marvel and DC comics probably play a little bit nicer than Warner Brothers and
Imagine how big a
Disney.
movie it would be if Marvel and DC teamed up for one big epic. That would be amazing. Tony Betty has high hope. Well, he hopes Elio does well. Have you any kind of preview? I know Tony Betty, he's well connected. Is this going to be a good movie, Tony, or are we in for a Pixar disappointment?
But speaking of Deadpool, I actually wrote this in the script. This is why I put it this way. Ryan Reynolds is the narrator for a new Nat Geo show called Underdogs that we got a trailer for. This, as he explains in the trailer, that we'll probably not watch.
Sorry,
Oh, it's fine. We wouldn't hear it anyway, so you won't actually hear Ryan's narration. But it's instead of looking at the animals we usually see at the top of the food chain, this is the smaller underdogs, which looks pretty interesting. But anyway, this will debut on National Geographic. These are, of course, all the ones that aren't featured. Now we're getting to the small guys.
Ew, small animals are gross.
It gets grosser. June 15th will debut on Nat Geo. It'll simulcast on ABC, and then it'll be available to stream the next day on Disney Plus and Hulu. That's a weird guy.
Every time you see something like this, I'm like, I had no idea these animals existed on this earth. It's just crazy that there are probably thousands of species of animals that I have no idea even exist. I say that's some AI creation. That's not a real thing. It's just crazy. Anyway, this is why I don't watch Nat Geo.
Let's move on to our.
And I've had my
Sorry.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And speaking of abysmal, our ability to remember how this works. But we have a new review, a TV review from Tony Betty, our designated television animation guru.
Tony's in the chat. I should have had him just come on and talk about this. But that's okay.
I would have thought of that, but anyway, his headline: "It's like Phineas and Ferb never left in the first season of the Disney Channel series since 2015." And his subhead: "Very rarely does more of the same sound promising, but that's a good thing for the revival series like Phineas and Ferb." His final paragraph: "In the end, the revival season of the series has done something hard to accomplish for a newcomer like me to the legacy series like this. It has me wanting to go back to watch the earlier seasons of the show to learn the ins and outs of the characters, their nuance, and their quirks. I want to appreciate the callbacks, the lines muttered under the breath of the characters, showing off their deeper persona." And he gives the new season 4 out of 5 sticky gecko gloves, which I'm sure means something. So there you go. New Phineas and Ferb debuts soon.
Thanks, Tony.
I always lose this one.
And the rest.
Hotkeys,
exactly. Well, we got some photos of new merchandise for Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After. So a lot of this features artwork that we've seen in promotional materials for the show, including that magic mirror shirt there. There's also a tumbler, an ornament for some reason, and some magnets for also some reason.
When holidays collide, the villains
exactly die-cut magnets. Those are as I mentioned on Barely, those are the 3 main villains featured in the show, but you can, if you keep your eyes open, you can spot up to 85 different Disney villains in the performance.
Not 86, up to 85, not one more.
There might be 85 or more. There might be more. I think I said more than in Jeremiah's review, to be sure.
Fiesta and over at Disneyland Paris, Fiesta Latina is returning June 13th through 15th. This is a celebration of color and rhythm of Brazil, held as a part of the Brazil-France 2025 season. Performances are at Bob's Country Western Saloon, which I absolutely love that, and throughout the festival. And Disney Village will come alive with vibrant samba and capoeira shows. Yeah, I should have looked that up, Doobie. Bringing rhythm and excitement to the streets again, June 13th through 15th. And this is at the Disney Village, which means there is no charge to go experience this. So go get your samba on. I know Kyle's a big samba guy.
There's no charge after you fly yourself to Europe.
All right. Eric Goldman, quickly becoming one of my favorite contributors here at Laughing Place, did a very interesting article saying, Disney, you're dropping the ball. He does not like that you pay $169 to go to a Disneyland After Dark event and only get 4 hours, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., especially when the focus of the event is meeting the characters and those lines get long. There's no way you can meet all the characters in 4 hours. And then he compares it unfavorably to Universal Fan Fest, which debuted this year. Rave reviews, 7 hours, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., and it's only $74. Half the price, 75% more time. Extremely good reviews for Universal Fan Fest. So Disneyland, take note. Eric Goldman, he's on the case.
And as I already mentioned, yesterday we did Barely Necessities. My wife and I filled in for your wife, and we talked about merchandise, including some breaking news. I think it might be a Barely Necessities first, but we got the news about Disney Starlight during the while we were doing the show. So we got to talk about that. But yeah, you can check that out right here on our YouTube channel, although we simulcast, so you might not be watching on YouTube. So go to our YouTube or just go back and wherever you're watching, I'm sure it's there too.
And before we move on to what do we got? All we got is this day left today.
That's all we got. Unless you got any pocket picks or whatever we want to.
I had a pocket pick, but someone just ripped it off yesterday.
It was on the sheet. I know. I can't control this. It's like when you put things in the teleprompter for Ron Burgundy.
So just a reminder, follow that live blog today. The Savannah Bananas are at Disneyland today. We got a cavalcade coming up later. And just follow along. Be a part of the banana fun. I don't know how to do pocket picks anymore because when I find it, there's no pocket to put it in. It's very frustrating. Not that
I'm sorry.
I know. These are first world problems. All right. This is the part of the show where we find out just how smart Kyle is or is not by asking him what happened on this day in Disney history. We have a few today. So on this day in 1960, an attraction opened at Disneyland with over 200 audio animatronic animals.
America Sings?
No.
Yeah, it wouldn't be 1960. 200. Oh, Tiki?
Oh, great guess. No.
200 audio animatronic. Oh, it's Pirates? Is that 60?
No, I think they would have focused more on the people for that one.
Yes. Well, it has a lot of animatronics.
It's not there anymore.
Okay.
And I will say animatronics. I mean, this isn't the state-of-the-art stuff.
Yeah. Mine Train
through Nature's Wonderland. Good going, Kyle. I'll give you credit for that one. On this day in 1966, an attraction opened at Disneyland, or actually, it was moved to Disneyland and opened.
Okay, so then it's one of the three. Carousel? Mr. Lincoln. The other one. Small World.
Small World, which you could have gotten because Lincoln was 65, Carousel was 67. You could have got 66.
You think I know these things? Clearly, I don't. I'm like, okay, I know enough to know that it's one of the three things.
This one I'm going to ask you. I do not know why I'm looking at my phone. I did not know this before I read this yesterday. On this day, I'm not going to ask you, I'm just going to tell you. On this day in 1988, The Gulf Coast Room closed at the Contemporary. It was one of the few locations that required men to wear jackets. It's now convention space there. I've never heard of the Gulf Coast Room, so I need to go on a little search to learn more about this restaurant that used to be at the Contemporary Resort.
Sounds
1988. 1988 is not, oh, okay. Yeah, it is. In my mind, 1988, not that long ago.
Yeah, I was 2.
You were born, so that says something. All right. On this day, that would have been hilarious if you threw that in there. On this day in 1994, a resort opened at Walt Disney World. It's still there. It is 1994. It's still there.
1994, and it's still there.
And it is, I'll even give you this. It is a Magic Kingdom resort.
Okay. So then... aside from the monorail loop, I don't really know what that'd be. Magic Kingdom area, though.
Magic Kingdom area goes beyond the Magic Kingdom monorail loop.
I understand that.
But not that far beyond, so you really should get this.
I should. I don't go to Walt Disney World that much. I can't remember. Think of any. No. I want to get that. I want to.
You get
render
this.
A guess. I can't even think of any hotels.
While you're thinking, I've got a little bit of breaking news I'm going to throw in here.
All right, go for it.
No, I'm not quite ready. You keep thinking.
Okay, 1994. Things opened. Gosh, it's not a DVC resort, right? Like a regular resort.
It is a regular resort, although now, not back then, but now there is a DVC component. You can say that for pretty much every resort.
Yeah, that's true. Why can't I think?
No one tells. I figure Fred Ramirez would have given you this by now. Gio would have given you this. I'm not even going to give it to you. We'll go on. We'll go on to the next one. You must get this.
Hold on. It's not. Yeah, Saratoga is a DVC resort. So it's not that, and that's Disney Springs area. Port, no.
So Gideon is there, and he got to meet Jesse Cole, who was the creator and owner of the Savannah Bananas thing. How cool is that? So that's heartbreaking news. Gideon getting his picture. By the way, yes, this is how my son goes to Disneyland with his Star Tours jacket and his coonskin cap while he spends the whole day doing. Oh man, I thought Mom took this picture. Mom's like, oh my, she didn't even know he got that. That's so cool.
Selfie.
All right. Shall I move on and you come back to it? We will not end the show until you get this.
Can I have a letter?
Initials WL.
WL. Should really make it easy, shouldn't it? Wilderness Lodge.
Yes.
I was going to say Fort Wilderness because when you said there's a DVC component, and then I'm like, they're different though. And then
no, but Wilderness Lodge also has its own DVC resort.
That's right. Copper, whatever.
Yeah, and then they had one even before that. It was one of the first to get it added on, maybe even the first. All right, a movie, 2010. A dagger could turn back the clock, causing chaos wherever he'd walk. Though fated to fight, he rewrote what was right and left all of the time in a shock.
Prince of Persia, Sands of Time.
You are accurate, 100%. Starring who?
Everyone's favorite Middle Eastern man, Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's right. I like that movie. On this day in 2014, an attraction opened at Walt Disney World, a part of New Fantasyland, even though it opened a year later, kind of the Roger Rabbit cartoon spin of its era.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
That is accurate. Kyle is
I don't get what's
so far.
It took me 3 guesses to get Small World, but I'll count that one.
On this day in 2021, in London, a girl with a scheme had fashion and vengeance her dream. With a black and white flair and a murderous stare, she stitched up her rise in a scream.
Cruella.
That is right. Kyle would be perfect this day in Disney history.
Didn't you have a this day in Disney history if today were like a week ago?
I did. So can I stupid doobie. File, version history, see version history. I love Google Docs.
That is a very convenient feature.
On this day, if today were May 15th, no, May 23rd.
Okay, I was like, I don't remember being that long ago.
May 23rd. There's a couple here that are worth doing. So 1995, an attraction opened at a restaurant opened at the Contemporary Resort. 1995, still there, replaced another restaurant, not the Gulf Coast room.
Oh, is that California?
Perfect. All right. 1983, May 23rd, 1983. Major. I'm going to say addition, even though it's really an update at Disneyland. 1983, Disneyland.
Yeah, so New Fantasyland.
You know that, and you can't name all the Magic Kingdom resorts.
I can't name a one, apparently.
All right, on the same day in 1997, something premiered. It was a big deal. Maybe the biggest flop in Disneyland's history.
Rocket Rods.
No, that would be the argument for the other biggest flop in Disneyland history. But I'm going to say this
so
is
Light
even bigger.
Magic.
Yeah, Light Magic. At least Rocket Rods could say they really couldn't get it to work. This thing just flopped. And most importantly, on this day in 2010, the final 2 episodes of the best TV show in the history of mankind premiered. That is correct. There you go. I think that's it for today.
Seems like it.
Yeah, nothing ever drops a 10. We wait around, nothing happens.
I know. Let me just refresh the Twitter. Sometimes Twitter gets some other stuff. I guess I should also check Instagram, but I'm not gonna do that right now.
So I'm going to check the numbers right now because I noticed yesterday watching this show, and believe me, this does not hurt me in any way. It makes me very happy. That more people are watching you and Luke than normally watch you and me. But I just checked, and actually we have a pretty good audience right now, so never mind. I'm like, so Luke, it's yours, but no, I can't do that.
I think this counts. Hold on.
Okay.
We have a new poster because Captain America: Brave New World is now streaming on Disney Plus, and they've just released this poster that I don't believe I've seen before. So I'm going to count it just for the sake of fun.
Wow, there we go.
Can you believe it? It has things we've never seen before, like Captain America and the Red Hulk.
It is now streaming?
That in the first place.
I should watch this. I love the last Marvel movie I saw.
Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts, yeah.
Yeah. This one will be not as good.
It's funny.
I don't know. It's fine. It's like it's there.
It's funny to listen to. I listen to the Slash Filmcast sometimes, especially their summer movie wagers. So I was listening to that, and it was recorded back in early May. And they are talking about Thunderbolts and just how, just another Marvel movie, and maybe it'll be different. No one's in it. Very low expectations for it. I don't know how it did box office wise, but they all loved the movie. So
people loving Lilo and Stitch too. I've seen a few people that don't, like our own Mike Celestino, but other people seem to enjoy it, and it did great box office. So those ones that they just paused after Snow White, maybe they'll unpause after Stitch.
It did a great box office, right? Like, I mean, as good as they possibly could have expected.
Biggest Monday ever, but it was a holiday, so it's slightly cheating. But
but it broke the Memorial Day weekend record, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, beat Top Gun Maverick.
So happy to see it.
Although I don't remember if that was Maverick's opening weekend.
And along with that, actually being a good movie by most accounts, not Mike Celestino.
Did you see it? I don't remember.
I did not see it, and there's a part of me that wants to go see it tonight. My family is still out of town. I pick them up tonight and thinking, I have time to go see Lilo and Stitch. But then I'm like, but if I'm going to go to a movie, I want to see the new Final Destination. I want to see the new Mission Impossible. So I probably will see none of the above. And Fred Ramirez, thank you. He's our movie stat boy, says it was opening weekend. I saw that opening day weekend. That was spectacular. That was like, movies are back. COVID is over. Movies are back. It's so exciting. Can we agree Thunderbolts is better than Lilo and Stitch? As someone who has seen only one, I can agree with you. It is better than nothing. How about you, Kyle?
I think it's probably a safe bet.
I love the fact that the original Lilo and Stitch lost its opening weekend to Minority Report, a Tom Cruise movie, and then this weekend it beat Mission Impossible, a Tom Cruise movie. That's just such a cool symmetry there.
So wait, what was the first one?
Minority Report.
Okay, because then it also, for the biggest weekend, beat out Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick.
Another Tom Cruise movie.
So all what this means is Tom Cruise is in every movie that ever comes out. I read the coolest stat yesterday that could not have been true, and then I researched it, and it's actually true, and it's unbelievable. Dusty Baker, you know nothing. You know Dusty Baker.
Yeah.
You're the guy that doesn't like sports that knows all about it. Dusty Baker, as either a player, coach, or manager, has been a part of 3% of every baseball game ever played.
Yeah, I mean, he every time when I watch John Boy things, I'm like, wait, he works for that team now? Like he just keeps getting fired, pops up somewhere else. It's just
He's got a
manager emeritus.
50+ year career. That is crazy. All right. Gio's not a fan of Tom Cruise. I hope you mean that and not this. I love Tom Cruise. I see every reason in the world to hate the guy, but he treats his coworkers very well by all accounts, and his movies are just good.
I knew Doobie was a fan of Tom Cruise when he jumped on a couch and told me all about it.
I can see all the reasons people hate him. Well, I'm not even going to say the word, but dang it, he seems like a decent guy and he makes great movies, and that is the bottom line for me. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you. Yeah, I think I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hope so.